Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Adam. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, guys, so let's get this party started right here. And we're going to be looking at a couple of these instruments before we get into and dig deeper into NQ. We do have, uh, let's start with crude oil. So we have a rounding behavior that we're seeing right now in crude oil. The market continues to consolidate around this 93.75. Ultimately, if we break 94.74, we'll retest the very critical level of 96.5. And at that point, the shorts need to hold the line and push the price lower. You're getting multiple captain setups in this area, and they keep getting tested and breaking above those levels in a minor way, but that just tells me that the market right here is consolidating. Obviously, it's biased toward the shorts, but the minute they break that 94.74, we're going to get a retest of that 96.5. And then the shorts can come in and hold the line, or if they fail to hold the line, then we're going to be 99, 100 after that. Rather be short than long, and looking for signals to go short in crude. Some of the targets we're looking for are that 92.56, and you go to target number 390.39. Russell 2000. So when we're looking at all the indices, we are looking at Globex. So in the case of Russell, 1883.54 is Globex, and that line needs to hold in order for the shorts to continue to exert some pressure. Right now, they're reversing the 50 NT wrinkle candle on Russell, and that's going to put a bit of a buying pressure at the open. But ultimately, as long as that 1883.4 holds, the shorts can gain control and push the price lower. If we cover that gap and hit that level and continue to show strength, then obviously, uh, we'll start looking for long signals. So we need to see that first half an hour of the morning how that price structure is going to hold, and if it does hold, then we're good to go. Um, on the shorts. Gold, the story of the gold recovery is continuing. We talked before, we went on vacation around that level of 1717, and that level held for a long time till it was broken around the 21st. And once we broke, we ended up in a stair step behavior higher. We hit target 1, 2, and 3. Any pullback to the 1790.2 is buyable if the market reverses around that level and shows some strength. Target number 4 is 1838.3. That's the target we're looking for. And then target number 5, if we can dream that big, is 1870.3. And that would be our targets on a swing trade basis. We're looking at the 1774.2 to hold in order for this to continue to uh, exhibit, uh, you know, buying interest. ES, same story in all indices. Globex is the key. It's 41.1975, and we are looking for that market to hold and the shorts to take control under that level. Obviously, the open is going to be critical to us. If we start breaking above that level, then I'll start looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. The overall structure of the market is short, but we have this pocket of selling interest that we need to be uh, fairly fairly interested in. All right, and NQ, same story here. 12,974 and a quarter. That's Globex. We're looking for that pressure to continue. Then the targets we're looking at is going to be 12,778, 75, and 675 as targets to the shorts, as long as we hold on to Globex. And when we're looking at NQ, we're seeing uh, reversal patterns here. And at the open, we want to see if the 830 holds or we break above the 880. Those two levels are going to be critical. We're definitely going to be patient at the open and just wait for the market to kind of tip its hand before we start participating in any way. Let's take a look at uh, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a stair step behavior short, and we were looking for target number two, which is 22.3, target number three, 21.9. And those are the levels in which the shorts are going to continue to take control. Reevaluate if we break above 23.2. This is a rounding and stair step behavior lower in Bitcoin. Good morning, Adnan. How are you, sir? Thank you very much. We have a few minutes right now, about 6 minutes to the cash market open. Let's just get going. Good morning, Kieran. Good morning. All right, let's just test our order entry here. Make sure that everything is all right. So we're sending. Okay. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. We are ready to rock and roll. All right, we're gonna get some water and kind of relax into this open. And a couple of things I want to see. If we start breaking 12,900 on on NQ right off the bat at the open, then that will set up a stage where we can retest Globex. So there may be an opportunity to kind of fade this behavior and look for a retest, and especially a run up to 924, which is the uh, Globex band, the bottom end of that band. So that's something I'll look for. That first 15 minutes of the day is going to be focused on me just recognizing what patterns are working, what type of market we're having, so on and so forth. All right. Good luck, everybody. Stay focused, stay disciplined. Let's make some money. Good morning, Ken. How are you? Hey, Adam. Just confirm that you're seeing the same prices. That your prices and my prices are the same. Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, it looks like we're lagging here for a second. So let me restart my connection. All right, so here we go. Now we're updating correctly. I should be at least updating correctly. Correct? Good morning, Samuel. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Ken. How are you? So we have a 200 and 100 that are in sync on the long side, and we want to see how we run up into the 933 level and how we hold on to that area. Adam, how we doing right now? I mean, as far as price, where's Okay. 904, 900. Okay, so we're matching up then. So we're seeing 200 and 100 are in sync so far, and we're getting a bit of a choppy price action right off the open. Nothing for me to do in this level right here. I mean, unless we started to kind of break this congestions above 915, or we break below 880. But ultimately, I want to get the market in sync, meaning the 200 and the 100 being in sync before I do anything here. As far as the trades, we have no trades done so far today on the second. So we're starting flat. And off we go right now to retesting the Globex band. So we're getting a bit of a buy interest right here. All right. So we keep digging here, but it looks like we're gonna hit it up. All right. So stair step run up to Globex. Globex is that 74 area, right? So the market is in sync on the long side, and ultimately the longs need to beat the 99.74. Wow, that's a little bit of a push, and the 200 and the 100 out of sync right now. So that's the resistance that I've been talking about into Globex and the Globex band. And the Globex band is 928 all the way to um, 26. So that band is going to be a resistance band against any upward movement. And ultimately, the shorts can take control if they break below 849, then the market will be shortable. Now we're looking for a couple of things. The longs, if I'm going to be interested in the long, is going to be above 936. Market breaks that level, then I can look for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. I will be interested in the shorts if we break at 849. Anything in between, I'm going to be patient and just wait, especially within that window of that first half an hour of price action. So within 15 minutes, we have jolt job opening numbers at the top of the hour. And that's going to be an important level. So here we go, 936. So the market is back in sync on the long side. And we're moving to Globex 74 quarter. All right. So they put on a captain setup switch trade right here, and they push the price lower. If they break the 910, then the market is out of sync, out of harmony. And we can see as they dig into this Globex zone, they keep getting faded, and more short patterns are starting to show up. So what is that telling me? That's telling me that they're struggling up here. How am I going to use that information? Really, I'm looking for some pivot points to start to happen in order for me to start to commit to uh, getting involved. You got a couple of things going on. One is the jolt numbers coming up at the top of the hour. I don't want to be in a position while that news is getting released. So that's the first thing. Second, I want to see uh, the overall structure here. I understand from the 200 perspective that we are looking for uh, continuation to target number three. However, the way Globex opened with a gap down, and the fact that we sold off during the Globex session and now we're retesting that level, tells me that this area is going to be a big resistance area. But that's not good enough. I need to see price action below 872. If that happens, then rallies become shortable. Okay, so I'm waiting for the jolt numbers to come up, and I'm also waiting for that price action to come through. Let's assume we don't get to 872. Then I'm going to look for the retest of 972 and see if the market fades here and close lower or not. If it's not, then that picture is going to resume itself all the way up to 1320, 13,020. So a couple of scenarios here, and I'm just literally waiting on one of them to present itself. Then I'll start, going in that direction. Right now, you're seeing the 200 and the 100 out of sync, right? So that automatically puts me on a holding pattern, and it's against this captain setup switch trade. And let me just point it out right here. So that setup right there, captain setup switch trade, is gonna overweight. It's gonna put some weight against any upward movement. And also, you put a captain setup long that you failed here, ultimately. So it's a patience game. We got the news coming up. Yeah, good morning, Richard. How are you? That's the kind of behavior I want to start seeing. That conviction, that push. I mean, we had a bit of it on the upside and they failed it. Now we're starting to see it on the other side of the market, on the short side. The shorts are starting to get brazen a little bit here. But ultimately, we need to see 872 show up before we commit to anything. How we're doing, Ken? Any trades so far today? Yeah, we're gonna break that level. Looks like we're about to break that level. So that's okay. 7 point scalp. Good job. All right. So here comes the market. So what are we looking for right now? We're looking for rallies to get short into. I'm gonna just post a couple of orders and start looking for a signal to get short. The expectation is to see maybe a push into the 900. Then we need to see an aggressive move by me would be to go short right here. And I can take one right there, but I'm gonna have to add to it. I'm looking for target number 4 if I can get there. Target number 4 is 36. Yeah, it's gonna take a minute to get there. And I'm not gonna shy away from taking quick profits if market pauses. 56, yeah. All right. The market is out of sync and we want to see 87 again. I mean, if they get up to the 51, then the 51, 56, then they're going to take some of my money. We're looking at 36 and lower of this behavior. What I'm looking also for is the capacity to pay for this trade. Yeah, that switch trade, Yanis, is a great one. I took another one right here, and I'm just gonna basically, kind of try to hold on to the rest. They're not making it easy. I'm trying to put on a bigger decision here, a bigger move, and they keep bouncing it right back into the body of the prior 200 NT wrinkle candle. Ultimately, we need to break that 872, and we break that, then that will set up a continuation trade that will take us to 50s, and a burst of energy there can get us to the 30s at that point. Target number 2 is hit again. We need that flush. We need that flush. We need that flush. I added to it. I added to the short. And I'm going to take some of that short out at that 60 and a half. All right, I took it out. I'll try again. I'll try again. You just whisper. Well, here we go. I mean, now it's going to go, right? But we spend too much time in this zone and we're bouncing all over the place. So I want to just reduce my risk to this market. We won't. Oh Lord. I'm gonna look for a way to jump back in. So that whole decision basically made us about 260 off that rotation, and the targets are still relevant and intact. So let's look for ways to mitigate risk and look for ways to get back into the market on the short side. Yeah, I mean it's I mean we're gonna hit the targets, right? We made money off that trade. We assessed the fact that the market is continuing to spend too much time in this area, and we wanted to reduce risk, so we took it off. And at the end of the decision making process, we still made money. Now, what we thought and what we analyzed to happen is going to happen, and it's happening. And I just have to kind of take it as, hey, listen, I'm reading the market correctly, and on the next rotation, I'm going to make shitload of money. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make shitload of money. Boom. I want to hear it that a bunch of people all around made good money off of this rotation. Adnan, how we doing? Samuel, Kiron, Richard, Ken. It was a trap for whom? Fuma, you could join our free trial right here at that link. Shorts getting whacked. Well, I mean, the shorts, they flushed everybody, and they're always kind of counter that move. Yanis, that was another good switch trade right here at that 908 time frame. How we doing? Break even on that one? Which one? This one right here? That's not a bridge. No, it's okay. I understood. I understood you. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah. All right. Let's keep playing the game. Let's keep playing the game. All right. Playing the game here. Uh, Market is out of sync, and if we break 901, that will shift things around, and the market can start running up to that 34 for a retest. I'm gonna be patient here. Just wait. All right. Kind of we're stuck in this little range here. Nine oh one. All right. So I mean, yeah, we break 901, then the market will be in sync on the long side. Here it comes, and we may retest that night at 26, which is the bottom end of the Globex channel. So here we're getting a couple of things. We're getting the market in sync on the 200 NT wrinkle and the 100. So there's an opportunity for a push to the upside, but the overall structure is a channel on the downside. So you're getting a pocket of buying interest within this channel. And ultimately, if I'm gonna look at this behavior, I want to see signs of a failure that could take us down to 825, and then that will target number one becomes a legitimate target. Obviously, it's going to be right there. Then target number two will be 691.75. And Globex is again being extremely relevant for any price action today. $975.50, or excuse me, 74 quarter is very legitimate. And it's, I mean, what we may be experiencing here is a stair step behavior, but that does not mean that this candle could not push higher in a significant way. So I need to be patient. I need to watch this, and I need to see how they're handling any rally. So I mean, like for example, look at that. They hit target number three to the tick, and they faded it. Okay, well that's not a very positive behavior. But ultimately, the 200 and the 100 are in sync, and it's a pocket of buying interest against the short channel. Good morning, Safe. How are you? Here you go. And now the market is out of sync. So the longs need to come in and trade above that 901 again. And the shorts need to start pushing the price toward the 823. I mean, there's opportunities here on the short side and the long side, but on a scalping basis. The swing trades will come on the short side once we break the 823. The market is out of harmony right now, and we're looking for things to kind of line up. And all right, interesting here. So that 901, they're making a run at it. Here you go. Good morning, Sheila. How are you? Good morning. I mean, we had that one trade that we made a little bit of money off of, Adnan, but that's about it. I don't know if you saw that initial trade short that we did. Market is in sync on the long side right now again against that channel. I'm still, kind of electing to be cautious of being long. It may turn out to be the right thing to do here, but we're running into this area right here, which is uh, the harmony wave short against the top end of this initial channel number one. So to me, I'm just saying, okay, just wait here. A long market is typically is what you're seeing here in this behavior, where the cloud is positive. You came and tested the middle of the range. You showed us a reversal pattern, and boom, you see it again here, here, here. And now the market got tired and things are rolling over. So when I come into the middle of the range and in the middle of a harmony wave short against an actual channel that is a short channel, channel number one, uh, I'm going to be less excited about trying to go along, even though the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side. So that patience, we'll see if that patience get us rewarded, or are we going to miss an opportunity on the long side? I just I don't have to take every trade. I really don't. Thank you, One Nation. All right, so do we see the pattern here? Do we see the fact that the market inches up and hits the Globex zone almost to the tick here at that 924, then fails to make any headway. And they attempt it over and over and over. That tells me there's a lot of distribution going on right here. But that's not quite enough yet. I need to see more. I need to see a failure pattern here. I need to see 874 come through. Rather be short than long in this environment, at least this current environment. What am I waiting for? I'm asking a lot from this market. I'm asking it to come down to 824. And it may not be ready for it yet. But at these levels up here, I'm not quite interested in going long either. So it's one of those things where patience is the best approach. Yeah. Keep coming to that zone right here and pausing and pausing and pausing. All right, now they have a continuation candle. That's fine. I mean, if they want to take it higher here, let them do that. Let them do that. All right. Okay. So we attempted a fade, and we almost got stopped out, and we broke even on that trade. So I'm leaving this alone. I I just need a bit more pressure on the short side before I commit to anything even larger than one contract. I mean, they're pushing here, but look where we at. We're at the top end of that cloud, and we are retesting the top end of the channel, and we're retesting the entry point for the swing trade. So we have multiple things going on right here. So to me, one contract and taking it at that level as a test was worth it, and we flatted that trade once I saw that the market still have a bit more oomph to it than what we expected here. So that's that one trade that we just took. So we're basically up to 46 for the day after commission. And we're just going to continue. We had a beautiful trade early on. Um, we managed to make a little bit of money and it gave a lot more. And that's the second decision we made today. We're just going to keep looking for the next opportunity. Yeah, they're walking the price action toward Globex. Globex is 974. Can't argue with the market. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. We'll see how they retest or test that level, and we'll make decisions based on how well they test it. I mean, they could take it all the way to the top end of. Let me enlarge this for you. They could take it all the way up to the top end of the Globex range at 2250, 32250. Excuse me, 13,000, 2250, and then experience difficulty there. So I have two options. Either I take on the longs into this resistance area on a scalping basis, or I can make a choice not to participate in that wave of longs and wait for uh, the market to reverse, give me a 200 NT Rinko uh, complete one candle reversal, then start looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity consistent with the trend that's existing right here. That's an option for me. And I have to make a choice which one I'm going to actually take. And so far, I'm referring taking the short idea into this resistance, but trying to go ahead of it seems to give me, you know, about a break even results. I mean, here we go, Globex, boom, and that's the first retest of Globex. And I may just kind of fade it here. It's going to be small, small contracts, nothing big. What is that? Yeah, the 20. Took the first one off and want to see if I can get anything better on the second one. I'm not gonna get greedy either, man. I understand where we're at and how this market is moving. They could be ruthless and run it back up hard, but we got in there just right. I'll take the middle of the range test, which is an area where they will pause it and reverse it right here. I mean, actually, I should have kind of probably held on, but that's just an area where they broke glowbacks, just rolled over everybody, and now they're gonna start freaking fading it. Yeah, thank you, Mark. So that decision made. I mean, all day long I'm getting short. I don't know what's wrong with me, but it's 773. So we're up to 773 on three decisions. Very small amount of contracts, not like onesies and twosies. We're not pushing for anything big. Just came from a vacation, so typically I need to get back in sync with how this market is behaving. So I'm gonna keep staying small, um, relatively speaking, when it comes to the amount of contracts, and As the week progresses, we'll add more and more. Oh, you took it for 25 points. Good for you, buddy. Good, good, good. Oh yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you're hitting glowbacks, and now you rolled people over above it, and those are the shorts. Now you're gonna roll people under it, which are the longs. It's just a perfect place to trap a lot of people, especially on a first time test. The harmony wave disconnected, and it literally disconnected right here at this first initial exit, which is 83. All right, let's keep playing the game. All right, they're walking it down here. I mean, they just put on a captain setup and and failed it. So that tells me that the market is taking a pause here at 61. You break 61, which we just did. Then the market is out of sync in and around Globex, and that's gonna get us an area where we could push lower actually. All right, they're walking this market lower here. I mean, at least you have a market that's disconnected right now. The big deal, the big move would be if we get down to 926, because essentially what the market has done is came in, trapped a bunch of people in and around Globex, and faded it, and that will be a catalyst for the price action to start moving toward target number one again. And in essence, also you are establishing channel number two of this rotation. Okay, so that would be a big deal if that happens. Target number three of this sequence is in. I mean, this may end up being the high of the day if we get that close that we talked about. Good morning. Good morning, Mahbub. How are you? You missed all the action, man. So we're coming close. We're coming close on that behavior right here. That's going to be important. Ah, it's okay. It's okay. Just gonna keep you. So those are the decisions we made while you're gone. We made three decisions. Short. That's one decision. We went. Everything that I've done today is short, actually. And then one short flat, and then that last decision we made short. So we're up about 773 after commission. There we go. So, so that this thing is the high of the day. So I mean, so far. So I'm gonna look for opportunity to go short. It's gonna be one of those things where we have to add. Ooh, hold on. And 950 and 53. Okay. And we'll go from there. All right, we have our stop up there, and it's gonna be either this thing is gonna collapse into the 24 again, and then give us a continuation trade into the 900 and the 880, or I'm gonna give them a little bit of money at a stop of above 13,000. It will be a bit expensive, but I think we have enough here to where we could manage our. Here we go. I'm gonna also look to reduce my exposure here. I'm not gonna. Here we go. Come on, baby. Here we go, and another two here. So now we only have six. Give me a moment, Sheila. Your question is what? I mean, I sent you a response to that initial question that you had. As far as what's going on with ES, it's the same thing that's going on with NQ right now. Here we go. Thank you. Another two right here. Now, what's going to happen is we're building enough profit in this trade to where we have the luxury of holding on to this trade for a little bit longer. Ultimately, I want to see this candle close at 25. We break at 25. We got a big thing going on here. I will take another out at 03 and then push for a bigger target. I mean, they didn't make it easy, but and I gotta be careful here too, not to get too excited. And I mean, we're hitting target number one. We're retesting the middle of the range. This middle of the range needs to hold, and that entry point of 945 needs to hold, and then we can start churning lower in a stair step pattern that could eventually give us a burst of energy lower toward the 900. So I didn't want to see that. The signals are automated. The order entry right now is I'm getting in and getting out per the rules of the system. Now we are also working on automating a big chunk of that as well. So I'll see if I can take a 31 out on one. Uh, I really need to hold on to this and see if I can get a push toward the 900. And put a stop at 62. I mean, okay, I'm giving out a lot of money, but here you go. I'm just hoping that they don't go up there and get me. But if they do, well, they're putting a captain set up long on the 100 NT wrinkle at that point. So if that's what they want to do, then that's what they want to do. But structurally, I should be short and I should remain short. And these bastards are not making it easy. I mean, when I say they're not making it easy, 63, you really want to go all the way up to 63. 61.75. Yeah, 63 is good stop. They'll give me a little bit of money. I'm just floored that that's what they're doing. All right, I took two here. Yeah, they're gonna stop. Most likely, they're gonna stop me right here. That's fine. All right, so that decision, man, we were up so much money, but still, we still made some good money here. So that jumped us from up 700 to making up to 1900. So we're up 1900 bucks on that trade, or total for the day. I mean, they're just they're churning here, and they're playing around Globex. And where can you trap the most amount of people is whenever you are trading around Globex. And you're getting these weird patterns where I mean, they did it earlier on too, but the conclusion of that rotation was a simple one: is they ran it up, then failed it, and into two candle continuation. So we want to see if they do the same thing right here. We cannot see. I mean, for the shorts, if you start breaking anything above 13,000, that's going to be an issue for the shorts, because now you're putting a switch trade, and there's so much resistance in this zone between the 13,000 into the 75. That zone is going to be a beast to really cover up. Or, I mean, obviously they can, but I'm going to look for patterns of failure here to get to re-enter short. But guess what we're struggling with, or the market is struggling with, is you got yourself a captain set up long on the 100 NT wrinkle. So basically, literally, you have a sell signal on the 200 and you have a buy signal on the 100. And that's just a perfect consolidation pattern. They're both are telling you two separate things, and that's why we have to wait. 15,000. What did we say? Did I say 15,000? 13,000 is the number. Maybe the audio did not come through, Adam, correctly, but the 13,000 is the number that is a big issue for the shorts, and definitely a big relief for the longs if we get into that level. So what I've been doing since I came kind of from vacation the past couple of days is kind of trying to go for the swing trade portion of the system. And I'm noticing that there is a bit of a lift in price action, especially when you're going short. And even when you're going long, I mean, they're retracing them before they're taking them back up. So the momentum in the past couple of days has been waning. And looking at the prior price action, you could see that the market made a big move. And now they're spending this time in and around blowbacks. So I need to make the shift to where I'm scalping within the harmony waves, because they're a lot more they're a lot better controlled as far as risk. And you're getting an entry here and an exit on the short, and then you're waiting for a new wave which comes in right here. So, and you're kind of avoiding that rotation altogether into that one entry, and then 10, 15 points and you're out. This one was from 70 to 35, 40 points. So that's what we have to kind of shift to start trading like that right now, especially since we're oscillating and consolidating around globals, and try not to go for swing trades anymore. Just this market right here and in the past couple of days is not overly great when it comes to swing trades. If you ever see the market consolidating around globals, you have to go into a scalping mode. I mean, look at him. I mean, that captain set up long. They're running they're running the stops above globals. Now, a huge move and a huge behavior for the shorts is breaking 919. If they bring that price down there, that means they held this one candle reversal and broke this captain setup long. That would be a double signal short. And then the expectation of seeing 900 and 860 become a high probability at that event. But if we fail that, and now we're seeing ourselves at 13,000, which we're not too far off, then I mean that shifts things. I would not be excited about going short anymore. Anything past 13,000, I will definitely take a step back. So those are the scenarios and the behaviors against these ranges that I'm going to be looking for. Yeah, we're noticing the the price actions just slowing down right here. Sheila, let me know if you need anything else on that because I'm just, did I understand your question correctly or no? Mm. I mean, they're holding the line, and it's a slow price action, which is typically favors the longs whenever you experience that type of behavior. We'll see. I mean, we got our levels. You break 13,000, that shifts the sentiment in this price structure. We may see 13,020 and 40. And if we fail here, ultimately you have to fail below the the 920 in order for that captain setup long to fail, and that will speed up things on the short side, and I'll get aggressive on the short side at that point. Anything in between those two levels, I'm just going to keep my powder dry because it would be a churning price action around Globex. and the purpose of it is to build stops. And I just simply do not want to be a participant in that. Let them build the stops, and let them take one side of that market, and I'll participate then. I mean, they took it almost too close to the tick. I mean, 98, very, very close to it. So, like right now, it's it's a, it's a waiting game. All right, guys. So it's 11 o'clock for me. Let's just do a quick review of where we at and what we're looking for, and go kind of from there. So where we at for the day? We're up 1992. We took we're in throughout the session. My focus was to take on a big trade and go for a big target, and was hoping some of the volatility that you guys experienced last week when I was gone on vacation, that some of that will continue, and I end up catching 50, 100, 150 point target. And I found myself in a market that constantly is fairly bouncy, and it made it a bit difficult when you don't have that type of follow through to kind of stick around and continue to manage risk uh, tightly. And that's the way I like to do that. Um, so we took targets that are, if the big swing did not materialize quickly, I was just looking to kind of exit and just make a little bit of money and continue to just add to the bag. So we had, I think, a 7 contract, and I had a 1 contract. So we made 260 on that first initial trade, and that trade was up 2 grand at one point. Flat here, we did a short right here. Everything I did today is short. Good lord. Okay, then after that, we had that one trade that I got into 10 contracts, and we made a little bit of money off of it. So everything that I've done today is short. Just amazing. Yeah, and that's that trade right here. All right, so now market is breaking that rotation. So they're putting a switch trade and they're breaking that channel. And it just could not muster any strength to do a follow up candle under that. And that was the expectation I had from this market. So that tells me, okay, a potential target is 13,050, and then we can test the 109 for a potential breakout. The market has to protect 955. That is a level that is very critical for the longs to protect. And ultimately, if they break 924, that would be a captain setup short if they do that. But the probability is here, we'll see the 25, we'll see the 46, and we can see the 60 and the 109 out of this type of behavior. Okay. And that captain setup, once it came in, I knew it was trouble for the shorts. I just simply knew it. It's like, all right, if they do that number here, then there's a chance that the market can start to uh, go higher. And I had to kind of reduce my exposure and take that exit on the remaining four contracts that we had, and the market just continued to churn higher and higher. All right, so let's take a look at the rest of the instruments. All right, here we go. Same thing is going on in ES. The shorts need desperately to protect the 41.30. And obviously for the swing trade, you cannot break that stop for the swing trade, which is 41.46. That Globex is very important. Okay, and we're breaking above it. So this is an area where some sellers can come in, but if you start breaking anything above the 41.30, then I'm not necessarily going to go long either. So that's just the predicament is the personality is long here, but you got a swing trade that's triggered on the short side, and simply this is a market where you need more information. That's just basically what it is. You need more information. And it's going to come in the form of where a one candle reversal is going to happen. If it happens below that stop for the swing trade, then we have a probability of retesting some of these lows. But if we don't and we break it, then we're going to have to start looking at it from the perspective of a pullback as a long. Let's take a look at gold. We're struggling here. We came to the middle of the range and bounced right back up. But the fact that we kept coming again at it the way we are, that tells me that we may see a bit of back and fill behavior in gold. Ultimately, the market needs to protect 1774.2 in order for this integrity of this buying interest to continue. The target that we have is an aggressive target at 1838.3. And that's where I need to see the price kind of migrate to. And I'm going to be looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunities to that big target. But I have my eye on 1774 as an area where I need that to hold. And signs of trouble would be 1787 that doesn't hold, and ultimately the 82, which is the bottom end of this holding as well. Russell, I mean, that's just, let's see what the Russell is telling me. Yeah, same thing. That's literally almost to the T, kind of what's happening in NASDAQ, but they did it earlier. They gave us a shift and shifted back, and now we're in a breakout pattern in that formation. But look at this captain setup. And anybody who is option trading or swing trading need to be looking at captain setups at bigger wrinkle value, because that's the captain setup long right here, and that was a precipitous for a run up and a pullback, and then you had multiple combinations of formations that just told us that the market is holding on to that captain setup and building a base for higher prices. Well, let's take that idea and apply it on the short side, because they did the same exact thing right here. Captain setup short on Russell, and boom, we moved from 1821 all the way down to 1793.6. Big moves. So keep an eye on captain setups on the 200 NT wrinkle and NQ, just basically across the board when it comes to anything, including cryptocurrency. So crude is oscillating, consolidating, and rounding a bottom. If we break this 96.7, I mean, the market can start to pick up a bid. I'd rather be short against a move against 96.5. Just due to the prior move, is a solid sell move. So you, as the price even move higher or stair step higher, you're going to see a bit of resistance coming in to that. So shorts on rallies in crude, and you don't want to see 97 show up in that instrument if you're long. ES, we talked about ES, right? Yeah, we talked about ES. That's it for me. Good day. And we will see you guys bright and early tomorrow. How did we do overall? Adam, Sheila, Ken, Richard, Adnan. How did we do today? Mark Dean, Samuel, Karen. Small green day. Okay, good, good. Yeah, they add up. They add up. Okay, guys, that's it for me. Ken, I'll see you shortly. And you guys have a good one. We'll do this again. Precision is a decision, right? See you tomorrow.